If your child argues every morning, or melts down every bedtime, the problem may not be discipline. The day may simply feel too unpredictable to trust. Today, we are building a home rhythm your kids can actually trust. Not a perfect schedule, not a military routine, a rhythm that helps children know what usually happens next, so their nervous system does not have to keep guessing. First, we will look at why predictable rhythm helps children feel safer and cooperate with less resistance. Then, we will name the exact places where family rhythm quietly falls apart, especially mornings, transitions, and tired parent rules. After that, we will build the rhythm around a few strong anchors, instead of trying to control the whole day. Next, we will make a plan for the days that go off track, because real family life will not follow the script perfectly. Finally, we will make one careful decision: how to make rhythm feel like support, not control, so the routine protects calm instead of adding pressure. Children do not only listen to instructions, they read the pattern of the home. When mornings usually begin the same way, meals happen around a familiar time, and bedtime follows a known order, the child starts to feel, "I know this place, I know what happens here." That feeling creates safety. A lot of daily resistance begins with surprise. If brushing teeth, packing the school bag, switching off screens, or going to bed feels sudden every day, the child experiences it like an interruption. But when the rhythm is familiar, the next step feels less like a command and more like the normal flow of home. Here is the rule to remember: rhythm is not perfection. It does not mean every day looks identical. It means your child can still recognize the shape of the day when small details change. That is why a rhythm can be flexible and still feel trustworthy. For many families, rhythm breaks before breakfast. Picture a parent waking up late, leaving the school bag unpacked, and searching for shoes at the door while the child stands there half ready. The mistake is not being imperfect. The mistake is making every next step a surprise. The visible result is a child crying at the doorway, a parent rushing out tense, and the day starting with stress as the main signal. Another place rhythm breaks is during transitions. Coming home from school, moving from play to homework, moving from screen time to dinner, moving from dinner to bedtime. These moments are hard because one world is ending and another one is beginning. The third rhythm breaker is when rules depend completely on how tired the parent is. One day bedtime is firm, the next day it stretches for an hour. One day screens stop after dinner, the next day they continue because everyone is exhausted. This is normal, but over time children learn to test the boundary because the boundary keeps moving. If this is already giving you a calmer way to think about mornings or bedtime, subscribe to the channel. We are building a library of practical parenting systems that do not require perfect parents or perfect children. Just small systems that make family life feel lighter. The easiest way to build a home rhythm is to stop designing the whole day and start choosing anchor points. An anchor point is a moment that happens almost every day and tells the child where they are in the flow of life. Wake up, breakfast, leaving for school, coming home, dinner, bedtime. Each anchor should be simple enough to repeat on a tired day. For example, the morning anchor might be bathroom, clothes, breakfast, bag, shoes. The bedtime anchor might be pajamas, teeth, one small connection moment, lights out. The power is not in making it fancy. The power is in making it familiar. Children trust repetition, so give each anchor the same simple words. Instead of inventing new instructions every night, say, "Now we start our bedtime rhythm." Instead of debating every morning, say, "We are in our leaving rhythm now." Familiar words become a bridge from one part of the day to the next. Before a difficult transition, try one small connection before the instruction. If your child is building a tower, notice the tower first, then guide the next step. Connection tells the child, "I see you." The rhythm tells the child, "And now we move forward." A trusted rhythm does not mean the day never goes wrong. Kids get tired, parents work late, traffic happens, guests come over, someone gets sick. The test is simple. When the day breaks, do we abandon the rhythm, or do we return to the smallest safe version of it without panic? Have one reset phrase your family hears often. Something like, "The day got messy, so we are going back to our evening rhythm," or "We are starting again from dinner." This keeps the parent from giving a long lecture and helps the child understand that the rhythm is still there. On hard days, Do the smaller version. If the full bedtime rhythm usually takes 30 minutes, make it 10. Pajamas, teeth, one kind sentence, lights out. When you shorten the rhythm instead of abandoning it, the child still receives the message. Even when life is messy, our home has a safe pattern. A rhythm only becomes trustworthy when the tone feels safe. The same bedtime routine can feel comforting or controlling depending on how it is delivered. A calm voice, a simple next step, and a steady boundary teach more than repeated warnings. Trust does not mean children control the whole evening, but small choices help them cooperate. You can ask, do you want the blue pajamas or the green ones? Do you want to brush teeth before or after the story? The rhythm stays steady, but the child feels included. At first, the rhythm may feel like extra work, but after a while the rhythm starts carrying some of the emotional load. The decision test is this: am I explaining every step from zero, or is the rhythm starting to speak for me? When children begin to anticipate, home feels less like a series of negotiations and more like a place with a heartbeat. So here is the payoff. Children trust rhythm because rhythm makes home feel understandable. Start with a few anchors. Keep the steps simple. Use familiar words. Reset without shame when the day gets messy. And remember, the goal is not a perfect schedule. The goal is a child who feels, I know what happens in my home, and I am safe inside it. Try this today with just one anchor point. Choose either the morning rhythm or the bedtime rhythm. Make it simple, repeat the same words, and ask, what is the one anchor my child can count on even if the day gets messy? Thanks for watching. If you are trying to make home feel calmer without becoming stricter, start with the anchor your child meets every single day. See you in the next one.